Referring back to the metaphor of the waka used for my first assignment, this video implements, documents and critiques the making of stop-motion videos with my Year 10 art students. Toia mai te waka, ki te urunga te waka, ki te moenga te waka, ki te takoto rungai, takoto ai, te waka, hi. I have set this learning in terms of kaupapa Māori as a whanaungatanga, working and learning together, which gives us a sense of belonging to the group and gives each student the opportunity to identify a series of rights and responsibilities, commitments and obligations to the collective. Our class is quite culturally diverse and is close to the college's general ethnicity. Diverse ethnicity can be a source of creativity and productivity, according to Johnson & Johnson. In fact, the discipline and drive of this class has been great to teach. They needed no direction to form mixed ethnic groups. I did notice, however, that the groups formed were on a gender basis, boy with boys and girls with girls. There was only one group that was of mixed gender. This Year 10 class of 22 students had 6 one-hour lessons in which to make their short group stop-motion movie. This time limit was only sufficient for us to manage the basics of movie making, an issue which was picked up by the students in their evaluation of the unit. The objectives which I had identified from the key competencies for the learning was to be self-regulated, collaborative, and situated and constructive. Earlier, the class had identified skills needed by 21st century citizens such as making wise decisions, listening to others' opinions, being respectful, adaptable, and able to accept critique, being good managers of time and users of technology tools. These are a good fit with the adaptive competencies by DeCourt, who states that this is the ability to apply meaningfully learned knowledge and skills flexibly and creatively in various contexts. In my earlier planning, I had intended to teach to the 5 elements of cooperative group learning identified by Johnson & Johnson in 1989, as these also tied into the learning which I intended. So, we created our fantasy creatures from clay, we painted them, we wrote the script collaboratively on Google Classroom, and then we set about filming our stop-motion video. As can be seen from these fairly raw first videos, there was no time for developing a soundtrack, adjusting the white balance, or any of the more advanced skills of movie making. However, the students overall enjoyed this group work as a finale to their final year of Year 10 art. Only a few students came back this year to give me evaluative feedback on this rubric which I had prepared for the end of the videoing. More value was their comments that they wrote and gave to me.
Personally, I'm not a fan of online art or movie making. However, with more time and planning, movie making could open people up to new ideas in the movie scene. If there was more methodical thinking put towards creating movie ideas, storyboards and characters before the making of the clay models, better, more well thought out movies can be created.
Critiquing the video making against relevant theories for digital and collaborative learning. Our movies needed to be planned with an authentic audience in mind to meet the ITL research criteria for digital and collaborative learning. Also, and perhaps more importantly, sufficient time is needed for feedback and revision of work. The students themselves have picked up this point in their own reflections and evaluations of the videos. More careful scaffolding of the project management is another area for improvement, with the possible introduction of Trello to organise collaboration. Better time schemes and planning for movie making is needed to give more opportunity for students to further integrate the parts of this work. They stated that more time to think about creating ideas, storyboards, and characters for the movie together at the start would have given the opportunity to create better, more well considered movies. The general opinion from the students was that they had had a little fun from making their videos. Their feedback on the rubric on collaboration was this: group contributions for the script were reasonably equal, ideas, decision making aspects had been equally contributed, collaboration for the action sequences was well achieved, group members made similar contributions to tasks, and some emerging confidence was being built when presenting work. Our waka's teamwork is really bringing it home to the resting place.